233. Mothers may breastfeed their children 2 complete years for whoever wishes to complete the nursing period. Upon the father is the mother's provision and their clothing according to what is acceptable. No person is charged with more than his capacity. No mother should be harmed through her child, and no father through his child. And upon the father's heir is a duty like that of the father. And if they both desire weaning through mutual consent from both of them and consultation, there is no blame upon either of them. And if you wish to have your children nursed by a substitute, there is no blame upon you, as long as you give payment according to what is acceptable. And fear Allah, and know that Allah is seeing of what you do. Two, 3, 4. And those who are taken in death among you and leave wives behind, they, the wives, shall wait for 4 months and 10 days. And when they have fulfilled their term, then there is no blame upon you for what they do with themselves in an acceptable manner. And Allah is fully acquainted with what you do. 235. There is no blame upon you for that to which you indirectly allude concerning a proposal to women, or for what you conceal within yourselves. Allah knows that you will have them in mind, but do not promise them secretly except for saying a proper saying, and do not determine to undertake a marriage contract until the decreed period reaches its end. And know that Allah knows what is within yourselves, so beware of Him, and know that Allah is forgiving and forbearing. Two, 3, 6. There is no blame upon you if you divorce women you have not touched, nor specified for them an obligation, but give them a gift of compensation, the wealthy according to his capability, and the poor according to his capability, a provision according to what is acceptable, a duty upon the doers of good. 237. And if you divorce them before you have touched them, and you have already specified for them an obligation, then give half of what you specified, unless they forego the right, or the one in whose hand is the marriage contract forgoes it. And to forego it is nearer to righteousness. And do not forget graciousness between you. Indeed, Allah, of whatever you do, is seeing. 238. Maintain with care the obligatory prayers, and in particular the middle prayer, and stand before Allah devoutly obedient. 239. And if you fear an enemy, then pray on foot or riding. But when you are secure, then remember Allah in prayer, as He has taught you that which you did not previously know. 240. And those who are taken in death among you and leave wives behind, for their wives is a bequest, maintenance for 1 year, without turning them out. But if they leave of their own accord, then there is no blame upon you for what they do with themselves in an acceptable way, and Allah is exalted in might and wise. 241. And for divorced women is a provision according to what is acceptable, a duty upon the righteous. 242. Thus does Allah make clear to you His verses, that you might use reason. 243. Have you not considered those who left their homes in many thousands, fearing death? Allah said to them, Die. Then He restored them to life, and Allah is full of bounty to the people, but most of the people do not show gratitude. 244. And fight in the cause of Allah, and know that Allah is hearing and knowing. 245. Who is it that would loan Allah a goodly loan, so He may multiply it for him many times over? And it is Allah who withholds and grants abundance, and to Him you will be returned. 246. Have ye not considered the assembly of the children of Israel after the time of Moses, when they said to a prophet of theirs, Send to us a king, and we will fight in the way of Allah? He said, Would you perhaps refrain from fighting, if fighting was prescribed for you? They said, And why should we not fight in the cause of Allah, when we have been driven out from our homes and from our children? But when fighting was prescribed for them, they turned away, except for a few of them, and Allah is knowing of the wrongdoers. 247. And their prophet said to them, Indeed, Allah has sent to you Saul as a king. They said, How can he have kingship over us, while we are more worthy of kingship than him, and he has not been given any measure of wealth? He said, Indeed, Allah has chosen him over you, and has increased him abundantly in knowledge and stature. And Allah gives His sovereignty to whom He wills, and Allah is all-encompassing in favour and knowing. 248. And their prophet said to them, Indeed, a sign of His kingship is that the chest will come to you, in which is assurance from your Lord, and a remnant of what the family of Moses and the family of Aaron had left, carried by the angels. Indeed, in that is a sign for you, if you are believers.